All right, welcome back to a Black History Month interview series. I am so excited. I've got Prince Brathwaite here from Trooper Fitness in New York City. We are just so excited to share your story, share your successes with our fiber community. I know that there is a lot of gems that you're getting ready to drop for us today. So just kick us off. Let us know a little bit about you. Walk us through your world for a little bit. What are you up to now?
Obviously we're all going through this pandemic. It's been a lot of adjustments, a lot of adaptation. I can gratefully say that things are going well. Well is relative, but I think just surviving right now as well. And I feel like we're actually growing our community because of the virtual platform that we are using now. So I'm very excited about that right now. Where Trooper is becoming worldwide because of the virtual platform.
Amazing. And tell us a little bit about Trooper Fitness. What does it mean to you? What are you trying to impact in the world? How are you shaping the community that you're growing right now?
Yeah, so Trooper Fitness has nothing to do with the military. I know some people perceive, oh, Trooper, you must be military. But Trooper is really just about, being resilient. It's about, overcoming adversity, which we all have to do in life. And we obviously are a fitness company, and we do strength classes and HIIT classes. And we use those classes to kind of empower people. In every class, there'll be some type of challenge, no matter what level you're at, whether you're advanced or beginning. You have to do your version of challenging and get to the next level. And we like for that mindset to transcend fitness. So being a trooper is more about mental first. Physical is just a manifestation of the right mindset.
Amazing. And where does that come from? What inspired you to integrate that mindset work into the physicalized work that you do?
Good question. I think, like I said, everybody has their own challenges they have to overcome. I grew up, in the inner city in Brooklyn, and I was around a lot of gang activity, around a lot of aggressive, growing up aggressively. I used to get in a lot of fights and stuff like that. So I literally had to fight my way growing up. And I just think that, one of the biggest things that I think, what I'm trying to make my message in life is that perspective is probably the most valuable thing that we as humans can have. And it will help bring us together because we all have such unique perspectives that sometimes we're blind in some way to other people's perspectives. So I think the willingness to be open to perspective, for one, is my biggest message right now. And like I said, growing up the way that I did, I found that the way that I've had to overcome things, even though I was physically fighting, I was more mentally fighting than anything else. And to grow myself into the life that I have now, I feel like I'm much more, and we should grow to be more enlightened and see more. I feel like it translates to fitness as well. I feel like people have their own challenges, and I found that when I taught my boot camp classes when I first started, that I had this like raw passion, and I think it stemmed from when I was talking about overcoming adversity. It meant so much more to me, and then I realized that I was affecting people beyond the actual workout. And I said, this is something I can really give energy to people. It's my energy that I can give to people. And that's probably my calling.
Yes. I mean, we fundamentally agree with that at 305. We're trying to get people to understand that there is a worthiness within themselves. And sometimes you meet that kind of more, I guess, mental space or that mental understanding through the movement that you're doing, right? Through the exercises and through that interaction with someone who really does care about your humanity. So kudos to you for that. I think that's major.
Shout out to you guys too. Shout out to you guys.
Awesome. So my next question, just you talked about some about your personal passion for doing the work that you do. Tell me another story that highlights why you're passionate about doing this as a Black individual and doing this for the Black community as well, and any endeavors that you've done that with in the past.
Sure. Can I put you on for 1 second? I just want to turn my son's phone down. All right. Sorry about that. So I'm multitasking. It's just me and him today.
All good. We love it. We love a dad that can work and flow and go.
Hey, I'm just trying to be as good as his mother. So, I do what I can. But so I think another you saying the question was, what's another story or something that makes me as a Black person, what drives me basically, right?
Yeah.
I think growing up, I've always wanted more. Like I've always wanted to. I feel like I felt trapped in a way. when I was younger, and I would ask my elders and people like, what can I do? I remember when I was in 10th grade or in high school, and it was about time to start picking a major, looking at majors for college. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And, I had supportive family. And I do think that's a big part of why I was able to become successful. Support and love is the foundation of success, in my opinion. And hence, I'm trying to do it with my son, just make sure I give him love above all else. And so I remember just being blind to the opportunities that exist, that I now know exist, and really just not even wanting to know what those were. I mean, I just didn't know. Like, you don't even know what to look for. And I remember asking like my parents, my uncle particularly, because he was very instrumental in my educational development. He was like, you got to pick a major. And I remember saying like, he was like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, what's going to make me rich? Because, and it sounds, and I guess, listening to that, someone could read that as vain, or why would you just want to be rich? And a mature mind might say that, but I really was like, if I have to work for the rest of my life, I want to make a lot of money doing it. You're telling me to pick a thing, and that's what you're doing from now on. So I was like, I just want to make sure it makes me enough money because you guys look miserable. So, so I just want to, so, and I remember, I guess maybe finance could have been an answer, but I didn't even know finance existed as a career. Like, I knew finance was money, but I didn't know it was a career. Crazy, because I know so many people in finance, but that was not even talked about in my neighborhood. So I just feel like the lack of perspective, the lack of knowing, just feeling like I couldn't get answers, that drives me to want to be successful and also to help kind of shine the light and show what can be done. So that probably tying it to being Black or tying it to where I'm from and being, growing up the way I did, I feel like there was just limited perspective and people that were telling me, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm like, you're right here with me. You're not doing much yourself. So it's kind of hard to believe what you're saying. So I want to be a shining light. I want to be the example, and I want to be helpful in helping young kids, boys and girls like myself, to see where they can go and believe in themselves.
Beautiful. I love that so much. I think a lot about my own personal legacy and how I want to be perceived by other people. And it sounds like you really want to take your learned experience, right? Like the things that you've navigated in your own life and shine a light for others so that they can not have to walk through the things that you've walked through. Are there any other elements of your personal legacy that you want to share with the community? What really stands out as the mark you want to make on the world?
Yeah, there's two things. I mean, I would say that comes to mind. One, it's funny, and this probably goes. This is actually a message to myself last year, and to people like myself that might be in this place where I've always wanted to reach a certain level of success before I started giving back, and now I know that that's silly because I am successful. I'm not at the level of success that I want. I'm always going to want more. So it's a trap to feel like I need to be at a certain level to try to give and help. When I have a lot that I can share, hence I'm very excited to be doing this interview. I hope it helps at least one person. But so like with that being said, my message is that, and I've also my birthday was January 23rd that just passed, and I did a virtual charity workout for my brother's keeper, which is the Obama Foundation. Which was one of many charities that I've done as of recently. I think this pandemic has made us all sit and reflect, and I kind of came to that conclusion. I'm like, you can do something. You have a community that are willing to help with good things. Why don't you give them some good things to help with? So we started doing some charity workouts. We did it for Thanksgiving, and I'll say this too. My capacity to give is not just to Black people. My capacity to give is to people who need. I do think that the Black there's a disparity as far as when it comes to race. Black people would be at the short end of the stick and need help there, but people need help all around the world, and I do want to help everyone, but I want to make sure that I'm also helping. I'm not being negligent. I'm helping my people too, to kind of even give them opportunities that it might be harder for them to reach. So
yeah. I love that. For myself too, I'm like, I can't deny I'm a Black woman. Like, that's just how I'm walking through the world. And I think there are superpowers. We've talked about this in other interviews, and I would love to hear what your Black superpower is. What do you think your Black identity is? How do you think it's contributed to your success? But I do also think like, I'm not wielding those superpowers just for my community. I do think it's important to pour back into the Black community because there's something that an empathy that happens based on shared identity, right? We get that.
Yeah.
But I
Yep.
also want to be abundant with that. Anybody who comes into contact with me, I have the power to touch your life. Let's do it. So I really appreciate you sharing that. I think it's important.
And even, you saying that, even like hearing you say that, it just makes it, even gives me even more clarity about it, which is, when you share your superpower, you are a Black woman. This is what you're saying. You're a Black woman. And if you help Holocaust survivors or something, there's an opportunity for you to help people because you're there and you have the platform to do it. Believe it or not, I mean, you're also helping Black people because you're using your superhero Black woman superpower, and people see that and people go, wow, I want to be attached to that energy. And you're doing a lot. It is. We have to, I do believe we have to give, but also what we do are a reflection of Black people. So being your best self to the world also helps Black people.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So final two questions. I'll say, what do you think is a superpower you've acquired in your life based on your Black identity?
That's fun. That's a fun question. And I have an answer. I think that my superpower, I don't think that it's tied to, well, let me see. I could give two answers. I'm gonna do it quick. So I know I run on a lot. Black superpower, I think where I came from made me strong. I think problems that I face nowadays are not, I'm like, that's not really a problem. My life's not in danger. My life has been in danger in my neighborhood. So if I lose money in business, I can bounce back from that. I can reset. That's my superpower. And that's why I don't have any intention of giving up, no matter if we go down to $0 during this pandemic. If I go negative, I'm still not stopping. Hence the name, hence our motto, all we know is go, which is that trooper. And then my superpower that I want to share with the world that I would love for to cultivate in people. I always talk about resilience, but my superpower for resilience is gratitude. Gratitude. That's it. That's it.
Yes.
Gratitude is it's so simple, and it'll go, oh yeah, gratitude, that's cool. No, that is the secret sauce to happiness, to strength. And I hope one person understands what I'm saying. Gratitude, don't hate. And like, I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody. Love and gratitude, that sounds so corny probably to some people. And it probably sounded corny to me when I was young, but my superpower, my strength, my abilities come from my gratitude. I'm not mad at anybody who has more than me. I'm not mad at anybody who has it situationally better than me, because I think I have it better than everyone in somewhere. So I'm grateful to be alive at the very basic level, which I could get really deep. And if you look at the chances of being born, with the process of how a sperm cell and an egg cell meet together, and the chances of that particular combination and those chromosomes making you, it's damn near impossible for you to be here. So we won more bigger than the lottery. It's impossible. Like the numbers are almost like playing with infinity here, like close to infinity. So I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to even more be healthy. I'm grateful to have 2 legs, 2 arms. People don't have that. And if I didn't, knock on wood, if I didn't have 2 arms, 2 legs, I still have something to be grateful for. Again, I just told you it's impossible to be here. So damn near close to impossible. So gratefulness. It's why I'll always get back up. It's why I'll always be happy. Enzo.
Taking over. Yes, Enzo. We love it.
On the couch.
Yeah. I mean, I relate to that so much. I always tell people, they're like, how are you so joyful? How are you so passionate? I'm like, it is gratitude. Hands down, gratitude. I'm so grateful to exist. And I think you're touching me. So I know you're going to touch a bunch of people with that message. Yeah. Last question. How can we support you? We want our Fiverr. I always say Fiverr ride or dies. Like, they're going to show up. They're going to click every link. They're going to DM. They're going to comment. So what can our community do to support your efforts and spread your message?
Thank you. We have a team of coaches, a very diverse team of coaches, men, women, Black, white. I want to reach as many people as possible because the reason I believe, obviously diversity is fair, but it also allows us to relate to everybody in ways that I can't relate. There's ways I can relate to you that maybe a white guy can't, but then there's ways that a white woman might relate to you in ways that I can't. So having that, so I really love that my team is very diverse, the answer to that is, right now we have We have a studio in New York City. So if you're in New York City, you can definitely come by. We're COVID safe. We're doing small, semi-private sessions with masks, hand sanitize, temperature checks, socially distanced, and very effective. We also are being very effective with our virtual training classes. We actually use Zoom as our platform. And I believe that my team has mastered the ability to check your form, keep you motivated. And I feel like we're even closer to our community because we're in each other's houses. Sometimes I teach in the studio, sometimes I'm right here teaching my class. And Enzo's running around while I'm teaching, and people's dogs are licking them while they're doing crunches. And so definitely come check out our virtual classes. We're giving a free week to anyone who wants to try a free week. We have strength classes and HIIT classes, all levels, high impact, low impact. And we pride ourselves on setting you up with the classes that are right for your fitness goals. And then furthermore, we just started this something called Trooper On Demand. We have an app with 20-minute workouts, 30 days free. And I feel like it's amazing and it's only getting better. So Trooper OD, you can find us on social media, Trooper Fitness, at Trooper Fitness, at Trooper OD. And of course, I'm at Trooper Prince. I answer all my DMs. So
amazing. We'll be able to include all of those links on
all the links are in my bio. All of the links are in my bio. At Trooper Prince.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time today. Like I said, you dropped some gems for us, and we're really grateful that you just took the time out of your day to share all of this positive message that we need right now, and an affirming message that we need right now. So shout outs to you.
Thank you, Candace. I appreciate it. This is awesome.